Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for coming in. We are live, and we have another live watch party. Thank you everyone. Hanging out, going good. Sunday afternoon, part of the weekly live stream. I'd been thinking about doing one on Fridays as well. I didn't do one this past Friday because I was editing the Terry Silver video, so that's why that didn't happen. Wanted to make sure I got that done, but I'm curious if people want like a second live stream. Oh, shoot. I was rushing at the last minute. I didn't set up the chat here. Hold on one second, guys. But if like we could talk about other stuff other than Cobra Kai or whatever. Or something. I don't know. Other things I've been thinking is like what happens breaking up and releasing clips of the live stream. Some channels do that. They like on a separate channel. So like having a separate channel where you can release clips of live stream. I'm not sure how often interesting stuff would come up. That's part of the reason I'm not intending to do it. I feel like I could release a new clip every time someone asks me if Sean is going to join Cobra Kai. So like I'll have like 30 short clips of the live stream from that. Thank you everyone for coming on in. By the way, NASA Canes fan joined the channel. Yes, I agree. The monthly membership is great. And I'm going to get to those hopefully this week, some of those reactions and breakdowns. So I'll start getting those out. But for those who didn't know, my season 5, I reacted live to the first 5 episodes. And that live stream is still up there. That's the live stream from the watch party countdown. And it kept going, and there are chapters in there, so you can click it, and you can go straight to where episode 1 was, episode 2 was. You click play right when it's there, and there's a timer, and it should line up, and you can watch along, and you'll hear my reactions live. I know some people have done that and really enjoyed it. But I will also re-upload those as a bonus for the channel members, so the channel members will get that as well. Wimpy Studio, do you think they'll renew season 6 by the end of the year? I think they've already renewed it. If you saw my video, here, hold on, I'm gonna click over to it since you brought it up, real quick. Since a lot of people probably didn't see the video, this one, the official release date. In this, I show you that John Hurwitz said specifically there will be more Cobra Kai. He said that. They're shooting another show at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on. So season 6 is probably going to be off a little bit, maybe more than a year away. But he did say more Cobra Kai. There will be more Cobra Kai. He didn't say maybe, or we're hoping, or we're waiting for renew. He said there will be more Cobra Kai. Watch this video. I'm surprised it only got 14,000 views. More of you should be out there watching it. Let's see. Hi, Lisa. Ava, thank you for coming in. I'm fine. My sleep schedule's been thrown off really bad. I've been up very, very late, and I'm getting up very, very late now because I'm up so late. Watch party got a continuity question. Even Reddit couldn't answer. What's your question? Go ahead and ask. I'll do what I can. Third, at the least I could give you the best intentions probably from the writing staff. What they think. No, I don't think Lucille will die. Hector Salazar, hello. Chozen got cake. Ava, I'm good. Melissa, thank you for coming in. Do you not have work today? I thought normally you have work on Sunday, but I'm glad you're here. My week is going good. In fact, Melissa, because you asked, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to show you guys something. This just popped up on my dashboard a couple days ago. I wasn't even paying attention. And I was like, oh, let's see right here. We hit 15 million views a few days ago. I was like, should I do a celebration thing or something? I don't know. Should we do like a celebration live stream or video? I'm not necessarily video, but like a celebration video. But either way, thank you for that. When I hit it, like 300,000 of those views were shorts. And you basically, I don't even consider like shorts to be real. Just because, a view from a short is obviously not the same as a view from a video in many different ways, including the way YouTube counts it. Like, you have to watch a short. If you're ever on the shorts feed and you're flipping through, like if you watch 1/10 of a second, YouTube counts it as a view. basically, if you just flip through, like 1/10 of a second counts as a view. But you get to put it there in front of you. But it's good. So, but we did good. We had over a million views in September. So, and that's not including shorts. It was like 960 regulars and like 100,000 live stream views. So, so that's all great. Thank you. Kim Papa, thank you. Silver is a vampire. yeah, we'll look at some of that. The love drama has a, yeah, I agree. What's the fuss? I can't imagine we won't get a Sensei Kim versus Sensei Julie fight at some point. So it just feels like it, right? Like, yeah. So I think we will. Her interactions with Daniel, I'm really unsure. We seem to know they know each other of each other. It just hasn't come up that they've been crossed paths in the series so far. A little, like, say, reverence for Mr. Miyagi, a little, catching up, that sort of thing, focusing on Miyagi-Do, stuff like that. So, maybe Silver donated the snake to the museum. That's a good question. When do you think season 6 will come out? Like I said, I even have a video on it, on the release date, but it's likely more than a year away. Split up into 2 parts. That's a preference thing. Since Cobra Kai is like a half-hour show, it kind of works the way they do it. Personally, if you got a really good show, like, it can work. Like, I thought it worked really well for Stranger Things. That's just my opinion. I don't know about other shows. I know they've done it at other shows just because I don't watch most of them or any of them. But I did watch Stranger Things, and I thought it worked really well for Stranger Things. Like that Stranger Things 4 there was like a textbook or case study in how it can work really, really well. If a show is like a big letdown, or like, goddamn, like, what the hell, or they lost the plot, right? That's a popular thing to say. Like, it can totally maybe backfire a little. Here we'll talk a little and then we'll get into the prediction review. But like it can backfire, but like when it really works well, like it works really well. So that's like it's one of those back and forth. Like it could be really good or it could be really bad. How many more seasons? At least one. I strongly suspect 2. I don't think they're gonna go past 7. Just the way things going, but based on how they always talk and stuff, I'm thinking maybe 7. Someone said on Reddit they wondered why Amanda didn't get stuck in the washer in episode when she saw Chozen naked. Like, why would you say that? I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean stuck in DE washer? Are you German? De washer. But it's der in German, right? DER. So, I don't know what you're even saying, Johnny Lawrence. Why Amanda Dingen stuck in the washer? How many views the first video? We could check right now. It's like 1,000. Or it's been around 1,000. Here. Which one? This. Here, look. It's actually it's not even Cobra Kai. If you want to go back. Oh. Hold on a second. Ooh. Oh, 800. It's not even hit 1,000. There. Yeah. The first Cobra Kai video, 4.6 thousand. But it's still, that this video, it did 10 views in a week and then died. It's not that great. Like I mean, it actually, I think, well, it's kind of good. Like for an episode review, like I think it's actually decent, makes some decent points. It's got some funny jokes. I always thought it was actually pretty good. But it's hard to, like, that's like a shot from the video. I didn't make a custom thumbnail. I didn't know what to title it. I never changed the title, so I always figured maybe a better title, like at least episode review recap, might have gotten more views. But the sound's not very good either in these early videos. But there you go. This is when it really took off. But so there you go. All right, where are we? Hold on. I did not watch Tadum. Like I saw a few like clips, like the Stranger Things takeouts or bloopers, but I didn't watch the Tadum. I did hear it was better than others. Some people who did watch it said it was better than others. You think it was Hector's father? Well, maybe. That would be Miguel's grandfather. But in the end, Hector is Hector, so. Oh, you can make a great monster. Okay, I get the joke you're making. I gotta find where she says that line though. But yeah. Oh, Melissa's at Disney World. Well, enjoy till Disney World, Melissa. Yeah, enjoy your time out there. Happiest place on earth is the marketing slogan anyway. Formerly happiest place on earth. But no, I have fun. Thank you so much. And thank you, Melissa, for all your support on everything. If Netflix tried this, they'd have mass mutiny. It depends. Like if it works though, it works. Like I don't think people were happy about it for Stranger Things, but then it like worked really well. Depends on how like the season is structured and stuff. But see, it worked well for Stranger Things because Stranger Things is like it was like an hour show, and then like the finale was like really long. Like I think for a half-hour show, finding a breaking point is a little harder. But I'm not opposed to it just because I like the idea of like I can come in and make theories and analysis like in between. Like I would have fun for that. Like as a YouTuber, there's a lot you can do that. Jack, thank you for coming in. Japanese students, the show would be crazy. Is life since they're doing another show? They probably ain't gonna start filming till mid-August. Yeah, it may not be that late till filming. Like they could be filming. I mean, theoretically, maybe in spring. Well, yeah. They could theoretically be filming in spring. It would just mean they have to be writing the new season while in post-production on Obliterated, which is possible. It would be harder for them, and I'm not sure, especially because it's a season 1, show, which just takes a little bit more time and attention. But yeah. Start filming, yeah. But like they could theoretically, if they started like in May shooting, May, June, July, then like wrapped at the end of July, like it could theoretically then end of July, then go into post production. It could like theoretically be ready by the end of the year. I just think that is kind of like a long shot, just as a fan waiting. Like it's things that are theoretically possible, probably not gonna happen, but where are we? Melissa, if Tori does join Miyagi-Do, how do you think her and Sam will get along? I don't know. I still think like Tori would probably more likely gravitate towards Johnny or like an Eagle Fang side, although Johnny's over that with them now. So we'll see what's up for Tori. But I do think like Tori and Sam have a little more in front of them. It's not like everything's solved yet. So there's more like a green show to go, so to speak. First date. Dan, while I don't know about like the episode count, if it would be 8 episodes and 2 episodes, probably not. Like if they split, it would probably be 5 and 5. But like those days aren't so bad. Like just a week apart. Like a week apart, it's not. I don't think that's so bad. 1 or 2 weeks. So that's not a bad idea. Out of the younger cast who gets a show? I mean, realistically, probably none of them, but yeah, Hawk, Robbie. Did you see my video on Terry Silver? The Lowdown show? Probably not. How many saw this video? You see this one right here? This one? I bring it all up there. It's only got 10,000 views. How many of you have seen this show? How many of you have seen the video on Silver and Chozen that came out yesterday? It's only 5.9 thousand views. I have 47,000 subscribers. You guys aren't watching. Someone's not, but maybe you guys are. You guys are the loyal ones. But But in general, I don't think Silver has an illness. So I think it's just like a coincidence that they're like doing different things while setting up the shots and stuff, and it just kind of it comes off that way. But like they weren't actually intending that. We really need Japanese students to join the show. Uh, Devin is Japanese, or at least part Japanese, Japanese American. Um, Devin Lee. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she's Chinese. I think she's Japanese. Um, Dimitri actually works for. Yeah, yeah. Um, Phi P. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. But as far as Kim Da-eun, I did cover it in the season review. Um, in detail. Like I think she's a character with a lot of potential. Um, but the way she comes off in this season is kind of just one note. We only ever see like one note. In fact, I compared her to Kreese in the original movie. Like Kreese in the original movie was like, like very like one note, just tough, and that's kind of the way Sensei Kim Da-eun comes off. We don't see any like change or growth in her. Like she seems to strongly doubt Terry Silver at points, especially as the season's going on. She keeps remarking how he can't defeat his enemies and such, but it doesn't actually influence her actions. So like to the very end, she's still trying to work with Silver and expand the dojo and et cetera, et cetera. I feel like there's going to be more of her next season. For sure, obviously, the way it ended. So, we'll see. Yeah. And as far as fighting, she only fought Tori, Devin, and Sam. Yeah, we didn't get to see her in big fights yet. So that's that. Yeah, we definitely. I think like if you're a fan of like just like the lore in the Cobra Kai lore or something, you would want to see like, come on, man, I want to see more of this. Like, she's talking about her family style, etc. Like, let's see it. And we didn't see it. So you say, yeah, you felt underwhelmed. It wasn't sort of underwhelmed. It just felt like to me, like untapped potential. Like there's going to be more there. One big family. Yeah, I referenced once there was an old Harry Potter theory called one big happy Weasley family, which is kind of how it ended. Like it ends with them all related, which is basically what you end up with. Yeah. How many years of the Miyagi verse do we think we'll have? We could have at least 8 to 10 more. Yeah, I think Kenny in season 6 is going to be more focused with Anthony. So it's more about like Kenny and Anthony kind of finding a way to get along and such. Mike Board screams, yeah. Hector have a connection to Silver? No. Something back in the 80s. Hector would have been too young in the 80s. I mean, remember, Hector's actually not that old. Hector and Carmen. They're kind of younger characters. They're not as old as obviously Johnny and Daniel. Anthony kicking people. White Claw sounds badass. Yeah. Which just sounded like Adi. Just say Adi. Okay. I'll try to just say Adi. I'll try to remember. Terry, yeah, Kim Dunn. I think that's where Kim ended. Yes, I think season 6, Sensei Kim and Kreese was editing Gianni's interview. Oh, someone's got an interview with Gianni coming up on Cobra Kai Companion. Thank you for coming in, Peter. Getting a flashback of Mr. Kim not only teaching the Kim family style to Kim. Yeah, I don't know. I actually kind of strongly suspect they may not flash back to Master Kim again. It was like he was there, but he was still like a little mysterious. Like I don't think they're going to necessarily spend a lot of show time like diving into scenes with him. Maybe something with a young Sensei Kim, like when she was still a girl. But yeah, and people love this idea of him fighting Sato, but I don't think that ever happened. Are you tired of seeing Stingray every season? It's close, but they've managed to keep it like just the right. Like they're very good at like knowing how to not wear out a character's welcome, so to speak. So you know, and switching it up a little. So I think Stingray was pretty good this season. Like he hasn't quite gotten on my nerves. And when you asked me after season 2. Like I always said, well, I don't see him coming back, but I think, you know, having him come back, but also in like limited doses, and it kind of makes sense or something, you know, when they go to his new pad, so to speak, and such. I think it works. Do you think Kim? I don't know. Depends if they want to bring these characters back. So yeah. But or they're gonna bring in different people. Yeah. Do you think Hawk will have more of a part in season 6? Well, no. We'll see how they handle it, but with so many cast characters, like he'll be there. He'll have a part, and you know he'll weave in and out of the plot, but you know how big is it? I don't know. Johnny fighting in the Sekai Tekai. Yeah, if you saw my video on this one, the World Tournament, we talk about the possibility of a Sensei bracket. Have you guys seen these videos? I swear to God, people. Make sure you watch everything. They will have to bring Julie back. Tunde. Yeah. I definitely think Julie's going to come back in some capacity. Sean joins Cobra Kai. It wouldn't be a live stream if someone didn't say that. John, thank you for the super chat. NASA Canes fan. Who, by the way, NASA Canes fan does have his own YouTube channel. He went live yesterday. I know you don't do it, I think. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? But yeah, you were live. So you can always check him out if you want to see more. What is Kreese's malfunction? I rewatched season 5, and while he was in prison on a trumped up charge, he made more trouble for himself assaulting the sheriff's deputies and doctors and stealing clothes. And the key card. You are right. This is a show of bad timing. So in a show of bad timing, we get in a show of bad timing, of course, Kreese breaks out of jail right before evidence is introduced showing he's completely innocent. Like, so in a show of bad timing. So yeah, that's it's just bad luck, really, right? He would have been totally out. But now he is a fugitive, as people said. Instead of being released after being falsely accused of a crime, he didn't commit. He's now a fugitive for a crime he did commit. So it's in a bad place. I don't know how he's going to work. Obviously, he can't run a dojo because he's a fugitive, which is why many think he'll go to Korea or something, flee the country, and spread Cobra Kai over there. So we'll see. Okay, yeah, it was Friday. It was Friday. He went live. Yeah, I was editing, so I was editing the this video. So we'll see. Do you think any of that? Yes, the whole cast will be back. Well, he didn't restart Cobra Kai. His Kreese restarts Cobra Kai, but yeah. Is Cobra Kai? Not quite yet. They're not running out of ideas yet. Yeah. The challenge the show is going to have is they're going to need, more than Kim Da-eun and Kreese, right? So they're going to need more, and so they'll bring in a bunch of students, maybe from her home dojo or something, but then they're all going to be new characters. So, I guess we'll see how it plays out. We've gone a half hour. Okay, here, let's go to some of these predictions. I think I'm known for predictions, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to pull some of these up. These are thumbnails. Is this a better way to do it? Because I was thinking like another way. What? Huh. Where? Oh, shoot. I think ooh. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is the only way we can do it. I did. Okay. Crap. Okay. So, this one was, this was like Tori forgives Terry. So like the main prediction from this one, which was like partially right, was that like, Tori wasn't going to hold it against Silver for very long or something. They were going to find a way to go on. And I was kind of partially right because I knew like the show would have to go on with Tori and Cobra Kai. Like that was going to be obvious. It happened very differently. like he convinced her like there was reason behind it, right? So he convinced her like there was reason, you're the champion. But she never really directly forgave him. She just understood like it made sense like for her. So but then she also, like, if you look in deep, I should do this in a video. Like if you look in deep, she never fully accepted that, even though she stayed in Cobra Kai, and that's when she went and sought out Kreese. So this was like somewhat right in terms of how the show went. Like, yeah, Tori was gonna stay in Cobra Kai because if people remember, especially right after season 4 came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Tori's gonna quit Cobra Kai." People were just like, "Oh, she's quitting," and I was like, "No, she's gonna stay in Cobra Kai." So that part of it was right, but part of the internal motivations from Tori, especially when you look in closer from season 5, what's happening off screen, that was a little bit wrong. Oh wait, this is. This was kind of a spoiler video. This is just where I said Luis Roberto Guzman is playing Miguel's father. That was all right. That was all based on like the Mexico stuff. It's a good video. This one too was based on some of what the leaks we saw that came out of Puerto Rico. Stuff I got wrong. The Mexico storyline ended up being much shorter than I thought. I thought at least like 3-4 episodes, but what do I know? But I think the flow of the storyline more or less went how I went. He has a little trouble finding his dad. He finds his dad, and what do you know? His dad is like a really good guy, and everything's perfect. But then it turns out his dad isn't such a good guy. Now, it happened differently than I thought. Like, I thought maybe his old life was going to come back to him. It wasn't quite like that. Instead, it was Johnny and Robbie showing up in these FBI shirts that like triggered the whole thing. so like I definitely got the details wrong, but like the general story arc, I think I got right. Where like he sees his dad, he thinks his dad is good, and then they're getting along, and then something bad happens, and he realizes his dad has like a bad past or something. He never revealed himself to his dad. That I got wrong. I thought he would, and I still think it's an interesting choice. But do you think Chozen will mentor Tori? He could. That would be a good combination. Where are we going? Tori will officially leave Cobra Kai. The problem is it's hard for Kreese to bring back Cobra Kai when he's a fugitive. So I don't. While I think she may still be loyal to Kreese, I don't think so. Not in the current situation. So here's one for those who remember what's going on in this actual video. Peyton List was talking about someone on set, like guys on set going up to her and saying they're her father, and she was getting confused. I'm not sure if she ever revealed who it was, but I always thought it was Sean Kanan. And the idea was Sean Kanan was saying he plays her father. As a joke. Sean was screwing around with Peyton. Now I say in the video, he's not her father, even though people don't realize that, even though I say it right in the video, because people don't actually pay attention. Something you'll realize is you'll have a video saying something and people will comment as if you said the exact opposite. I'm looking for confirmation. I hope to get it from maybe either John, Josh, or Hayden. that it was Sean Kanan who said that to Peyton, but or Sean Kanan himself. But obviously he's not her father, so that was correct. Which, if you watch the video, is what I said. Here's an interesting one. Dark Sam. So Dark Sam is a theory I never bought into. And I don't think it happened. Instead, what we got was like confused Sam or unsure Sam. I don't know. I may do a video. I don't know. We'll see at some point of Sam's story arc in season 5. The problem is, I think Sam's story in this season is kind of confused. It's sort of like trying to tread something until it gets to like the last 2 episodes, because like the last 2 episodes are like really good for Sam's story in season 5. Ultimately the stuff when she like encounters Tori and then fights and then like goes and sees Tori, like it ends really well, like the last 2 episodes. But everything up to that, I think, is very confused. And I think part of it is because it might have just partially been if the writer's room was a little rushed and they had to go into production and they just didn't quite like figure it out. I'm going to be saying, we're going to be talking about the episode 3 stuff on Cobra Kai Companion coming up. But like, I think like it's very confused from a writer's standpoint, but I don't think it was ever Dark Sam. And that's what I said in this video. So that was like a prediction correctly. Like I think Dark Sam was her season 4 story. That's what you got in season 4. This like acting out, whatever. If this is considered acting out, this is what happened. So like that was right. A lot of people seem to think like, oh, we're gonna get Dark Sam, but like we didn't get Dark Sam. Instead, we got like confused Sam. But the problem is, I think confused Sam also led to like a confused story arc for her. Like they didn't quite know what to do. Like they didn't want like straight relationship drama. So yeah, but like, so I was right in predicting that this wouldn't happen, which is what happened in the video. The video wasn't saying she'll be dark. The video was actually addressing a common theory. Still don't know how Sam. Presumably Miguel knows where she lives. Miguel told her. It's not unreasonable to think Miguel knew where Tori lived. Can you see Kreese dying in a fight? Maybe. I've predicted it several times. It hasn't happened yet. And that's where Julie joins Daniel to take down Cobra Kai. Maybe. Interesting Boston connection there, though. We'll see what they do with the younger cast, because many of the storylines are mostly done. Little drama left, but we'll see. But anyway, so that's this one. This is an interesting episode. Or episode video. Because I was talking about in this one, seeing things from Kreese's point of view. I'm not sure I would call it a full-on redemption, but things that I said and like predicted, I think came to pass in ways maybe I didn't expect. I'm talking specifically like in episode 6, where we got that really interesting sequence of the different characters and such. No, Bobby, Carmen's not going to lose the baby. Come on. But anyway, but they did explore Kreese in a very interesting way. And and I think, as I said in this video, it's not necessarily like a full-on redemption, but we can see things more from his point of view and such. And I think that's actually what we got. So I think this was, at least in broad strokes, very dead on. This is a very good video. Yeah, a lot of people really liked this video, the ones who saw it at the time when it came out. This video had some information that Dr. Emily Folsom, who was the name of the psychologist, pretty much everything in this video was dead on right, which is also partially why I had a spoiler tag on it. But, you know, he would be in psychologist. He would have stuff going on with the other people. Kreese in the shadows while Kim. Yeah. And maybe she's fine with harboring a fugitive, I guess. That could work. But Kreese isn't a stay in the shadows guy, is he? Like, as Hayden said, you know, Kreese wants to go out guns blazing, so. Dan, no, there was no leak of Kreese getting in a fight outside jail. Anyway, this was a very good video. This is interesting. I don't think, you know, I was talking about the connection between Johnny and Kreese here, and I guess it didn't, you know, this didn't really come up here, although Johnny did go see Kreese in jail, which I didn't think would happen, although they were going as part of that plan in episode 7. But I think this is something that could still happen, though. It's talking about, you know, the connection between Kreese and Johnny. There's going to be some sort of ultimate connection between them, because as we even saw, you know, Johnny was still the most important thing to Kreese, closest he had to a son or whatever. You know, we saw that a few times. We saw that in the flashback to 1980. That was like shortly after Johnny joined the dojo, and you see young Kreese talking. He's like, there's something about this new student. You know, from the beginning, he felt a connection to Johnny, and then obviously we see young Johnny in the scene with the therapist. So this is something, you know, a further connection between these two. That's still to come. I just pulled this trailer up. That was mostly a breakdown, but I think it was pretty good. So Hawk here, everyone was asking where's Hawk, and I was like, he's right there. Like, people thought he wasn't in the show at all or something. Like, he was right there, but something I've always said about Hawk is the big part of problem is a lot of his story is done, and that certainly came to be true in season 5, as we saw. Like, his main arc was kind of completed. He would go on to get nerfed, and no one saw that coming per se. but yeah, Hawk and Dimitri was kind of like a bit of a step down for the two of them, unfortunately. Love drama. Did we get love drama? Always getting love drama. Yeah, I think I generally predicted, like, since most of the couples are set as they were, things would kind of go into a holding pattern. Like, there wasn't much plot to advance with them. I didn't actually predict the breakups. You know, I just thought, like, the show just wouldn't be focusing on it much. but they went into these like breakup things to kind of like keep it like that. But so I thought like definitely that the storylines were mostly finished. I didn't quite get the breakups. So it's partially true. Deadly rematch. Here's a good one. That they were going to go up the stairs and we were going to get a repeat of before. So things we got right. Going up the stairs, I was unsure. So I was talking about how this is a set, right? Like in this video, I mentioned a few things that like this is a set, obviously. So like the stairs don't exist. That's what I said. Like they added the word stairs on this door. Like the one other time we saw it didn't say that. But like weird things I talked about, like is you remember in the scene they fought up the stairs, but you didn't see them fight up the stairs, right? Like the camera just stays there and moves up, and then suddenly they burst onto the second level. Well, the reason it's shot like that is because, like I said in this video, this is a set. There's no actual like staircase there. There's nothing real for them to cut to. So that's why it just like the camera stays on the outside and then they just burst out up front, up top. So if you had watched this video, you would have got a few tidbits on like how it was going to be shot or something. And it played out the way I thought. In that regard, the funny thing is what I didn't predict is that it would be Miguel to kick Robbie off. Like he needed to be in that situation. I kept thinking it would be like a reverse, like Robbie's in the same situation, but then he holds back. He realizes he shouldn't do it. So at least I was surprised on that. And that was like an incorrect prediction. Is I kept thinking it would be like the reverse or something. But it was Miguel having Robbie in the same situation and just needing to let that out. So, but it worked really well. It was a great scene. And it was a good video. Many people ended up watching this one. I'm thankful for that. I actually regret not getting this video out sooner. Like it was like a month and a half or something after the first trailer, and I should have put this out sooner. So that was actually a regret of mine. At least Sam didn't mess around with Robbie. That is correct. Breakups for sure and everything. Where do you see Robbie going from here? I think he's going to try to go on with Tori. And obviously, Johnny and Carmen are getting married. So there's a whole new like family dynamic. I think that change in family dynamic is going to be a big, for Robbie and Miguel and everything. Do you think Robbie was? I think Johnny knew Robbie's skills. Obviously, he's seen him. Yeah, maybe impressed. Just proud, maybe a little bit. No, I don't think Kreese will reach out to Tori. I think he told Tori, go your way, do what's best for you. He was trying to do what was best for her. And I don't know if that's going to involve like reaching out to her. Robbie will be the one to win the Sekai Tekai. Did you see my video on the Sekai Tekai? Be sure to watch it because I don't think there's going to be one winner. In fact, we even know it. Season 5 trailer. Just this video I think was pretty good. I think most things I predicted. I don't like, obviously this was a big video about a lot of different things, but that was pretty good. Oh, this one. How about this one? Barnes joins Johnny. So this was my video after we got the Mike Barnes announcement. See, a lot of people were going, oh, Barnes is going to be with Silver and Kim, and Barnes is going to be on Cobra Kai. Barnes joins Johnny. I mean, did I get that right? Like we in the last episode, that's exactly what happened. He and Johnny. Now Chozen was along with it. I didn't necessarily predict that, but I think this was a really good one because I just knew, like, now Barnes is going to be on like the other side. I didn't think Barnes is going to be with Terry Silver. So I'm proud. I think most of the Mike Barnes stuff I got actually very right. I kept talking, and you guys in these live streams have always asked me like, "Hey, where's Mike Barnes?" And I kept saying I think Barnes needs a different story than like Johnny and Chozen. Like his life wasn't dominated by like his one fight with Daniel. So like he went on to have like a successful life. And now the thing I got wrong is I thought he would still be in karate. Like I thought he went on like to have a successful karate career. That wasn't the case. I mean, they said he got banned from karate. I don't know. Don't think about that too hard, but he went on to have this like successful life and he was in a good spot. Like, so that's something I got right. Just a little bit wrong in the flavor. I thought he was still in karate, but I think this ended up being a really good video. So if you're subscribed to Watch Party and you watch his stuff, you get some of the best predictions and analysis. Would they be engaged by the time the show ends? Probably not. I don't think so. Was banned from tournaments. Yeah. But the World Karate Council banned Mike Barnes. But so I think this overall was pretty good. The one thing none of us knew is like where this picture was taking place. Like we were guessing everything. I kept saying like an upscale lounge because I kept looking at that picture and looking in like there's like different couches and stuff, and I'm like, this must be like some upscale lounge. Why else would there be different couches? Right? It doesn't make any sense. But that was kind of fun. Just trying to guess where Mike Barnes is. No one got that right, obviously. Obviously, no one predicted that he owned a furniture store, but I think my general predictions in that he would ultimately go with Johnny was pretty good. How do you think, Melissa, I was actually just thinking that before I went live. How will the prison affect Silver? Will we see him in prison? I think not. But it's interesting if like he has reactions to being back in the cage or something, or flashbacks or something. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think the show's going to just move on. Unless it's some sort of tease at the end. But, we'll see how this works. I don't know. Oh my God. There's people on my channel who bring this up. There was a guy who would bring up Johnny's black eye on every video I posted. No matter what the video was on, he would just bring this up. And then I always ignored him, and he got really pissed off that I ignored him, even though he posted a completely off topic thing. He got it because Mr. Miyagi's so good. He willed Johnny a black eye. Yeah, I think the baby will come maybe in season 7. I don't think it'll be in season 6. I think he'll be in prison or off the board, so to speak, at least for season 6. We'll see about season 7, but yeah. John, you're not that guy. Warren? But you know who the guy is? Okay. Um, let's see. Hottest couples. This was mostly just a relationship review. But I think I like I said on the other one, I didn't quite get the breakups. I didn't think they were going to do that. But like having like relationships mostly in a holding pattern. What did I say? I'm trying to remember what I said. I think I addressed Johnny and Carmen. Did I mention they may get engaged or married? Crap, I have to look back at that. But yeah, I don't know. But I think it was like vaguely on the right track. Just off with some of the specifics. Specifically like the breakups. Like I didn't think they were going to do that. But like they used the breakups to do what I did think they were going to do it and kind of keep the relationships like just on a holding pattern. Like they don't need to push it forward. Like what's crazy is these two were technically broken up in this shot. How would you know that? I don't know. That's part of. By the way, this is when I talk about like Sam's story being kind of confused. I think their breakup would actually make a lot more sense if it happened in this episode. If all this stuff that happens at the water park is the reason they break up. I'm going to bring this up on Cobra Kai Companion. That's the podcast. So make sure you follow the podcast. Cobra Kai Companion with a K. But I'm going to bring this up on our episode 3 recap. Like I think it would be a lot smoother or make just more sense if she broke up with him in episode 4 at the water park. Like all that drama or something, that's what sends her over the edge and says, no. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. Like this, I wanted a piece from this. And then it's just like re-engulfing her. So I think like her breakup would have made a lot more sense in episode 4. Because right now it's just like, what's going on with Sam's story? It's just very confused. It's the way it plays out. No, I think every season will be 10 episodes. That's pretty established. Will season 6? Yes. Apparently. And they could be from Korea. Where do you see Sam's story going from here? Let me get back to you on that, Melissa. I did mention. Okay, yeah. I thought I did. John, thank you, John, for remembering. For this one, yeah. Like I knew I brought up Johnny and Carmen, but I couldn't quite say. But yeah, the idea that they may get engaged. Wow, I get stuff right. I get so much stuff right, guys. I even forget it. I can't even keep. It's hard for me to keep track of everything. Let's see here. Daniel loses badly. Yeah, Daniel's arc. Oh, here. I want to go to you guys. We're going to watch a short I made. And we're going to talk about how right did I get it. In regards to Daniel. Okay, here we go. So back in the countdown of the season, it was when they made the poster. This one. And the poster had dead bonsais on it. So let's watch this. Here. Watch this. more time. Mr. Miyagi. So Mr. Miyagi nursed it. Daniel is the dying bonsai. So there we see it. All the others would take me out of his place and bring him back to health. Is this like a correct prediction or what? And in the end, Daniel beat Terry Silver, right? I think as far as predictions, you can't get more dead on right than that, in my own opinion. This particular video wasn't about that, but like, Karate Kid 3. Yeah, that's the music from Karate Kid 3, literally. So, it was meant to give you Karate Kid 3 vibes. You got a lot right on Daniel's arc. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so make sure you watch everything if you like accurate predictions and such. I think that was about as good as you can get. And they went into Mr. Miyagi's room, so it was a great little moment there. Ooh, here's another one. I should have made this video sooner. But will Tori and Sam find a common goal? That's kind of what I predicted, and I think this worked really well. Really good. And it kind of and it went together. Like they had a common goal. It's not necessarily them, becoming best friends or something. They didn't become best friends. They didn't necessarily resolve their past differences, but they were able to work together towards a common goal. So I think that's a really good one. I thought it actually may have happened in season 4. Season 4 played out differently the first time than I thought, but then here in season 5, I think this went really well. So I think this was good, and it also leaves the door open a little bit for next season. Like I said, they're not best buddies yet or anything like that. They haven't necessarily resolved past differences, but they were able to work together for a common goal. So that's like a good way to put it. A good look. Kenny will have an arc. Yes, he will have an arc. He's got still a lot to go on with Anthony, and we'll see if Leah comes back. We'll see what they do with that. Robbie should win the Sakai Takai. Maybe. Did you guys watch my video on it? I have a video on it, and I think I'm on the right track, to be honest with you. Because I think it's more of like some sort of team event. However they do it, I think it's going to be some sort of team event. So it won't be any one fighter. I think it'll be some sort of team event. So make sure you watch my video. I just put it out a few days ago, this past week, on the World Tournament. It seems like it, Felix. Why else did they not give a name? And make Cobra Kai better. Yeah. It's weird, but Cobra Kai also was admitted to the tournament. So I don't know what's happening with that. Maybe it just goes away and maybe they call themselves Cobra Kai. It seems like that. It was Daniel who said to hold off on a name, so that's kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. His voice changed. I don't know. I didn't compare that. It actually wasn't even that big of a time difference. It was less than a year between when they shot 4 and 5. So. No, I don't think so. Not PTSD. No. So no, I don't think Tori has. There's gonna be female half elf. Yeah, that could be right. Saints Row. We'll see how they handle this in the tournament. Killer fights. This video was kind of just a wrap up of all the fights. I don't remember any specific predictions from this one. I was just trying to go through all the fights. This is an interesting one. This is like a video. Like I was kind of right, but like the problem I have is my mind is always bigger than what's in the actual show. So like I was imagining this massive showdown between all of them. And well, it didn't quite happen like that. Instead, we just got Johnny Chozen. So it was even worse odds. And then Chozen goes off to fight Silver, and Mike Barnes here goes off and gets knocked out. So it was mostly Johnny versus all these guys. But the vague premise was right. Hold on. Sorry. Looking back at the chat here. Well, probably not fully international. No. Although we very well may be in Okinawa, maybe in Korea, maybe elsewhere in Japan. So more international now. Do you think? Yeah, he'll have some story arc, but I don't think it'll be as major as in past seasons. John, thank you again for the super chat. Should Sensei Kim also be under arrest? The falsely imprisoned, I think, is hard, because it was just part of class. I mean, how many times does a teacher say you can't leave until you do such and such? Like, I mean, that's kind of like part of class. I think, I mean, people would like to point out and said she just was fighting the kids. But then they were attacking her property. Like, she's like a co-owner of the dojo, and they were in there sabotaging it and such. So maybe she's justified. So I think Sensei Kim gets away with it. So, that falsely, I mean, yeah, usually like false imprisonment. It's like more in like domestic situations or something, where like I had a friend who was a cop, and he actually brought it up once, just talking about like a couple's fighting, and she says, I just need to leave or something, and the husband stands in front of the door and says, you're not going anywhere. Like that, then a cop would arrest him for false imprisonment. Like I think that normally comes up more like in domestic, like in like a karate class, like a teacher saying, hey, no, you can't leave until you do this. Like that's just not as probably they're not going to do that. So that's not gonna work. Even if it seems like technically it would be the way. Besides, it's a show. Like, come on, the police barely exist, guys. But this was a fun video. Yeah, just back to this video. Like if I ever, a lot of times if I get something like vaguely right but not entirely right, usually it was because like I was imagining way bigger and more than what actually was the case. Like, and that's the situation with here. Like I was imagining this huge epic fight in Brawl. It did happen, but it said it was only 3 characters and then 2 characters left, so it was mostly Johnny against like 4 or 5 of them. They weren't all there. Steven wasn't there. But So I was partially right. Just imagining a little bit more than it turned out to be. Yeah, Melissa, I definitely think new rivals are on the way. The template is Karate Kid, not Karate Kid, Rocky 4. The template is like Rocky 3, he lost, then he beats Clubber Lang, he's back, he's the championship. It ends on the most positive note between Rocky and Apollo, and then it's like, what happens next? Now in Rocky 4, it goes global, and so that's your template. It goes global. Apollo dies, and it gets really personal. And that's sort of what happens here. No, just Johnny learned. It's part of Tang Soo Do. I mean, that's always been the emphasis on kicks. Just going back to the original Karate Kid, not just Johnny, but all the Cobra Kai students were very active in their kicking attacks. So that's. All right, moving on. Let's see. Water Park Rumble. This ended up going differently than I thought. Some of it's right. Like, I wasn't sure. I guess if I predicted a full-on fight. One thing I did get wrong is I thought, weirdly, it would be starting with like maybe Anthony running his mouth. That wasn't the case. Instead, it just started with like almost Kenny and then Kyler and other Cobra Kai's like just coming at Anthony and the rising tension. So I think I've saw a lot of fans were kind of hoping for more from this, and we're just like predicting like a big fight in the water park or something. Obviously, that didn't happen. So I think it was like a little right, but not entirely. I thought there was going to be a little bit more going on. I think most people thought there was going to be a little bit more going on. You know, like the whole instead we got like the water slide race or something between Hawk and Tori or something, and then Kenny like sabotage Hawk's, thing. Like I didn't see any of that. So it definitely went differently than I think I and most people thought. Kyler, will he ever get an arc? They may throw in a little bit. We'll get a little bit. Yeah, I think he'll get something small. They'll give Kyler some sort of happy ending in the end. It may not be a major arc, but they'll do something for him. Thank you, Melissa. Enjoy Disney World. Do you think Tori would still win his Hawk character? Well, if it's a race, it's a race. Apparently, Jacob had said in an interview, that like the slide he was going down was actually a lot faster, like shorter and faster than the one Peyton was going down. So like he had to wait. Like he had to wait to go, like when they were actually doing it. I don't know. So I don't know about that, but yeah. Who would win if it were a fair race? I don't know. That's up to the fandom to decide. It's up to your imagination, Do you think Barnes will meet Kreese? I do. Yeah. Barnes never had much of a relationship with Kreese. Obviously, they were together at the end of Karate Kid 3, but it was mostly Barnes and Silver, obviously. So him meeting Kreese isn't like a big event, How about this one, guys? How about this? Boy, did I get this one right? Though it wasn't the last fight of the season, you may almost call it the best fight of the season. This was a good one. Basically, I predicted a fight between Silver and Chozen. And that happened. And it was great. And I just published a video yesterday breaking it down. Make sure you check that out. So that was a really good one. But I think this went as it did. I didn't predict or imagine the fight would go, especially with Daniel and the size versus sword. No idea that was going to happen, but that was really cool. So, but I think knowing, one of the biggest fights of the season, the main event here would be these two, was something I'm proud to have done. So I think overall my season 5 predictions were pretty dead on. It wasn't like, it didn't feel like there was any like major things like in regards to, like when I was predicting there would be a separate girls bracket in the All Valley, that just almost it was a prediction that almost took on a life of its own because so many other people thought I was crazy. But like just so many small predictions, like the way story arcs goes, the way Mike Barnes would be introduced, the idea of like a big fight like this happening and then a big fight like this happening. I think I got really close. I got some of the details wrong, but thinking that they were going to fight up there, but realizing the reality of the set. So like just how they fought up. So that's different. The Kreese stuff, it played out on the screen. No one imagined like that scene with the therapist, but it went really interesting. We got Kreese's perspective, which is what this was talking about, sort of Kreese's perspective. Sam did not go dark. That was what I was saying in this video, that she already had her dark phase. Dark Sam was season 4 and season 5 was something different. In love drama. Yeah, I forgot. This was partially based on an interview, a very quick interview Mary gave, where she talked about she has other things to focus on. So I kind of got that right. I didn't necessarily predict the breakup, but I got that right. Tori and Sam finding a common cause to work towards is definitely, I think, got right. It's not necessarily they're friends. It's not like all is forgiven or something, but like they can work together when they have a common cause. And I think that was like really on the right track. John, thank you. Do you think seasons 4 and 5 Cobra Kai have almost completely rehabilitated Karate Kid 3? Yes, I think so. And I think like if you want to enjoy the whole series, you can watch Karate Kid 3 while the movie is far from perfect. It just helps you appreciate Cobra Kai even more. So I would recommend everyone go ahead and watch it, and you can appreciate Cobra Kai more. Kreese is getting old. Just don't tell him to his face. How long should Chozen be healing in season 6? I don't know. Maybe an episode, 2 episodes. People heal fast. The only long healing story was Miguel season 3. A time jump for season 6. If there's any sort of time jump, it would be short, like to the beginning of the school year or something. Oh, Agni Kai, you're such a guy. While I wouldn't choose your wording, I actually think they could have done more with that, but they didn't. I think it might have even been a missed opportunity for Sam to realize what Tori went through when Tori saw her kissing Miguel. So it was kind of a missed opportunity in that regard, but maybe they just didn't want to do that or take the time for that because it would take more screen time. Thanks, Ray. John, thank you for coming in. Enjoy your time with your family. And thank you, obviously, for the super chats. You're a big fan. For people that know, John is a channel member. He's a big supporter of this channel and Cobra Kai. So thank you for that, John. All right. Two thought Tori would ask why Sam is crying. Yeah, the way that happened. So let's see. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, but otherwise, guys, I will say make sure you watch all the videos. You know, I got videos out there right now. Many of them haven't been seen, and I think there's some good stuff you don't want to miss. You know, I'm talking about like the World Tournament and yeah, like the World Tournament. I think I'm on the right track for this. You know, we'll see how they ultimately do it, but in regards to like who's gonna win or something, I think I'm on the right track. Great analysis. This video is really good. This video is done well. Terry Silver, everything about Terry Silver's illness and why he's such a great villain. Be sure to watch that one. You know, make sure you're subscribed. Watch all the videos. The shorts are fun. Watch them if you like them. Some of them ended up being really good, like the one I played. But there you go. Just make sure you're not missing out, because there's, you know, people come here for the best theories and analysis, and that's what you're gonna get. Which is why I have no problem going back through it all, because you'll see as I go through it, lots dead on. A lot is very accurate. You know. Do you think Kreese fights Silver in season 6? No, I do not. I think they're going to be in different places. Silver's in jail. Silver is off the board karate-wise, at least for a little while. He may not be gone for good, but he's at least gone for one season. So I think that's a way to go. Will Kreese and Kim have a new dojo together? Well, it's not going to be a new dojo. Sensei Kim already has her own dojo in South Korea. And I suspect this is where the show picks up somehow. All those senseis she brought with her, you know, were all from her school. So no, that's not why they call him Penis Breath, Johnny Lawrence. They call him Penis Breath because Johnny just said that when they were in Eagle Fang. So that's not it. As fun as your theory is trying to be. You can rewatch season 3, episode 8. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and make the next video on Miguel and Robbie, I think. I think that's like what's coming up next. So maybe focus a little bit on the younger cast. Hard to know what people want to watch or not. I thought the Terry Silver video would do better. I thought the World Tournament video would be doing a little bit better than it is. It's modest. And then the Silver versus Chozen video is like, yeah, wow. So, you know, while I'm proud of every video, I also want to make videos people want to watch. So we'll see how it goes. Ending credits of a mini tournament. I don't see a mini tournament in the end credits. So that's not it. All right, guys. We've gone an hour and a half. I'm got stuff to do. They had an arc for Mitch. Yeah, they did. It wasn't much, but we'll see. Thank you, Johnny. And on that note, I'm going to take off. Thank you, everyone, for 15 million views. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you watch everything. Stay up to date, because very often questions people ask were actually directly addressed in videos I made. So watch it all, and have a great day. I'll